Is this perfect everyday carry flashlight, the Trustfire T11R? I think just might be. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quentin the Gun Guy. So I'm sitting at the desk, which means I'm probably doing a review today, which is the T11R from Trustfire. This is the review that I've actually been looking forward to do. I've actually pressed this up to the front of the line, which it shouldn't be. There's actually quite a few flashlights that I still need to do ahead of this one, but I was so excited to show you this that, yeah, I just had to push it up. So with all my reviews, I always do general construction, things that I like, things that I don't like after that, and then just general thoughts. So this is the T11R from Trustfire. This is brought in by Torch SA. This was sent to me by Henry Beerman from Torch SA. Big thanks, Henry. I do appreciate you trusting me to do reviews. And I think with this one, we struck gold. So I'm not sure if Henry just knows me very well. He knows my preferences, but yeah, this one I think he sent to me especially because he knows me. So this is the T11R. This is the more tactical brother of the MC3. So this is slightly cheaper. That comes in at about 1,199 Rand, where the MC3 is 1,500 thereabouts. But anyway, the MC3 is more expensive because it pushes out more lumens with a bigger battery. So the MC3 uses a 21700, this uses a 18650. So it just means that it's slightly leaner, not as fat, and a bit easier to use, and it's a bit easier in your pocket to live with as well. So this is a 3-year warranty, which is fulfilled by Torch SA. Now they've got no issues. Torch SA. I did deal with Torch SA before becoming a reviewer for them, and I had zero problems with them. Excellent service, and it's not just me saying that, building up a relationship. I've had a relationship with Henry even before the channel, so yeah, that's just my 2 cents. So let's carry on with the construction. This, as you expect from any good flashlight, aviation grade aluminium, and it's hard anodized to military specifications, and it's abrasion resistant. As you can see, there's not wear and tear, or not too bad wear and tear on this flashlight just yet. But I've put it through its paces, but I haven't abused it. So just used it roughly. So that's the basics of what you expect from a quality flashlight. Now the things that might set it apart from other flashlights in the market, and then sets it apart from other Trustfires as well. So this is basically pocket size. You can carry it in your hand quite comfortably. What I like about this is the tail switch. This is dual switch operated, so it has a gear switch in front and has the tail switch at the back, which I absolutely love. I prefer tail switches by far, because I do like using my flashlights like this, or using the flashlight with a weapon like this. So you can actuate it quite easily, and it works very nicely. This is close to the same feel as that PowerTac that I reviewed before this. I think this button just works slightly better because you can use it with the palm of your hand. So it works slightly better for me in this regard. So let's get to the specs. This is a 1,800 lumen flashlight, 19,444 candelas. Drop safe to 1 meter, so you can drop safe it quite easily. And then 2 meter submersible, which they say it can survive. So it's an IP68 rating, which is, as far as I know, a full score rating of the IP rating. So 6 is your dust proof, so it's maximum 6. And the maximum on the 8, which I think, I might be mistaken. If I am mistaken, please correct me in the comment section. I don't mind at all. This is a constant learning process for me as well. And then, yeah, this is a Type-C USB rechargeable. This is sealed off with a little rubber cap, which actually works quite well. As you can see in the B-roll that I put in a little bit more to the beginning of the video. This is about the 2 meter, well, slightly over a meter submersion test in the swimming pool. And this is a LED in the gear. So if you switch it on, I don't know if you're going to see it on camera, there's like a little green light there. So that green light gives you battery indication, and it gives you charging level as well. So if you plug it in, it's a red light that illuminates. Once it's finished charging, it's a green light that's illuminated. So if you switch it on, green means go. So there you can see it's green. So that means it's between 50 and 100%. When it goes to yellow, it's between 50 and 20%. When it goes to red, it's 20% to 5%. And then when it starts flashing red, that's going to be 5% to 0%. So when it starts flashing, it's probably going to die soon. But that also depends on your power setting that you have on this flashlight. So the LED is a luminous LED. This is 50,000 hours working time that they say that's going to survive. So that's according to the manufacturer. So that's a very long time for an LED. And they put quite a lot of faith in this little LED. As you can see in the reflector, it is quite deep. So as you usually can deduce from that, is that it's going to have a nice hotspot. So with a tactical flashlight, you need a hotspot, so a focused beam. That's what pushes up the candelas. But it also needs some spill as well. So that's going to be giving you peripheral identification and a slightly better color identification as well. So that's just for identifying slightly better. What I like about this is it has a reversible pocket clip. So with a pocket clip in this configuration, I actually prefer a tail switch in a bezel down configuration, which means that it's already in the correct position once you take it out of your pocket, and you can just engage it from there. Once it's in this configuration, which you can do if you just pull off the pocket clip and it just flicks in on the top. Problem with this is that if you take it out in this manner, you need to swing it around anyway to actuate it. So I prefer just carrying it in the bezel. Bezel down is still very tight, so you know this grabs on properly. Ouch. And the bezel down configuration. Getting to the bezel, it's not very aggressive, but you probably can do some damage with this. And the nice thing is that it does protect your lens from any damage once it drops or hits a hard surface. So it's not going to crack your glass. This bezel is aggressive enough to do some damage, but still functional enough to protect the lens and then not damage your pockets or damage your keys or anything like that that's in your pockets, which is actually a pain. So let's get to the unboxing part. I've had this for I think close to a month, I think something like that. So in the box you get a flashlight, what you expect, and then also you get a battery. As stated earlier, this is 18650 battery, a Trustfire branded one. So as you can see, it's a removable battery, so it's not a built-in one. This seal, you do get a extra seal as well. You do get a little lanyard for the flashlight, and of course you get your Type-C USB charging cable. So you can just plug it into any USB and it is going to charge your flashlight. Let's check out the performance of this flashlight outside. As you know, with all my flashlight reviews, I like to do a bit of a test in my garden at the normal defensive distances or identification distances for flashlights. So let's check it out. 5 meters. This is the 2 lumen mode, so you probably can't see much on the camera. But let's bump it up. That's 2 lumens. That's you can maintain that for 680 hours. Next up is 110 lumens. As you can see, there's a lot more light. You can maintain that for 22 hours on 110 lumens. Let's push the gear button again. This is on high mode. You can maintain that for 4.9 hours. That's 365 lumens. Bump it up again. That's 1800 lumens. You can maintain that for 122 minutes. If I hold in the gear, that's going to put it into strobe function. So this is on 5 meters. As you can see, that's a very nice hotspot, and that's absolutely brilliant for any tactical usage. Tactical, yeah, don't get triggered. Next up, that's on the tree on that side. That's 15 meters. Beyond that, that's about 20-25 meters. So as you can see, again, very nice hotspot, works very nicely. Next up, a bit further away, this is going to be at 30 meters. So the wall on that side, that's 30 meters, and just in between that wall you can see there's close to the street, that's about 40 meters. So as you can see, absolutely brilliant little flashlight and great performance. So that was a very successful test outside. So let's just run through the controls again inside. I'll show you on the flashlight. So this has a memory function, which is absolutely brilliant. In all quality flashlights, you want at least a memory function. So what that means is, if you set it on a certain strength, this is moonlight mode now. If you set it on a certain strength, if you switch it off and you switch it on again, it's going to go back to that last setting. So if you want to bump up the power, you just press this front button here. This is called the gear button, and this just changes the gears of this flashlight. So keep pushing it. This is the maximum amount of lumens, so this is 1800, and on any setting you can push in and hold the gear button, and that's going to go directly to strobe function. So to button operation and memory mode, that's absolutely brilliant. And the nice thing is that you get a strobe function as well. So quite a diverse little flashlight, very cleverly thought out, and it has those cooling fins as well. I can't remember if there's a better word for it, but I know it has cooling fins. So that's hopefully going to keep the flashlight a bit cooler for longer, which is actually quite a clever addition as well. Now for my thoughts. So I'm not going to take out the MC3, do a comparison with this, but you guys know my little Fox dart that I always carry on me. This is basically exactly the same size as this Fox Knives dart. So as stated, I'm not going to take out the MC3. I don't want the T11R to live in the flashlight of its bigger brother, but I might do a comparison video later. So if you want to see that video, please comment down in the comment section if you want to see a shootout between the T11R and the MC3. So what I said earlier is that I think Henry knows me quite well. That's why he sent me this flashlight. If I can imagine my ideal flashlight, if I tick the boxes, you know, at some burger places, you get a little checklist and you can decide what you want on your burger. So like Rock Mama's, one of my favorite restaurants, or fast food, or like junk food places. Don't know if you can call it a restaurant. Yeah, I think you can call it a restaurant. Anyway, so if you want to have something on your burger, you just tick it off on a checklist. So this basically ticks off all my criteria that I want in a flashlight. I want it palm size, but I don't want it too small. I still want to use it as a blunt weapon or as a kubiton. And then also I want it to not be too big either. Too big means that it's going to be a bit of a pain concealing it. So this size is basically balanced on both sides of my body. I carry my knife on the one side and then my flashlight on the other, being on my non-dominant hand. For non-dominant hand uses, illuminating, working with this hand, or working my firearm with this hand. So it works quite well for that purpose. Dual switches giving me complete control over this flashlight. So I've got a tail switch to operate this flashlight, and then I've got a front switch to operate the brightness of this flashlight. Memory mode as well. I can set it, forget it. What I like to do is I just go one click higher than the normal moonlight mode. This gives me quite a lot of battery life, and it's still a very usable flashlight. If I want more power, I can just bump it up, but I rarely ever need that much power. So it's nice to have it in the tank, but then yeah, as an everyday carry flashlight, this setting is very nice. You can look for something that's not going to blind you, hit you in the face, and mess up your night vision. And then also reversible pocket clip, meaning that you can carry it in whichever position that you want to. You can carry it bezel down, or you can carry it bezel up. Bezel down gives you slightly more concealment, slightly more comfortable, and being a tail switch, you can just grab it and then engage it like that. Otherwise, I think this is absolutely brilliant. What I do like as well is a magnetic charger. But now the problem with a magnetic charger is if you lose that cable, then you have to buy a new one, which is probably going to be expensive. The nice thing about this is being a Type-C USB charger, I can use whichever Type-C USB charger, whether it's for my GoPro, whether it's for one of the other flashlights that uses the same Type-C. You can just plug it into that. So it's not as finicky on chargers as the magnetic ones are. I do like the little LED indicator as well. It's not as clever as a LCD screen, but you don't need that. That's something else that's going to fail. I quite like just the normal light indicating the charging level, so it's going to tell you when you need to charge it again. I've had this flashlight, use it literally every day. It's traveled on holiday with me to the coast. I've used it literally every day. As you know, I've got a dog. He goes for a wee at night, so then I use this flashlight to keep an eye on him because he likes to go into the bushes and then mess around and forget to wee. So yeah, this I've used every day for the last month, might be a bit longer than a month. I think it's close to a month. And I've charged it once. I charged it as I received it, which I didn't really need to do because the battery was full anyway. And then I charged it just before this test to make sure that you get the correct brightness once I do the test outside. So good battery life, rugged flashlight, it can take a beating. I've tossed it around, I've bashed planks with it, and it's an absolutely brilliant little flashlight. And this is as close to perfect that I've ever seen in a flashlight, in an everyday carry flashlight. So yeah, absolutely brilliant work from Trustfire, brilliant work from Torch SA for bringing in quality stuff as always. So I do appreciate you guys opening up the market in South Africa. The worst thing you can do is have a market dominated by one person. If they've got the monopoly on something, it means that they get lazy. So if you get lazy, the consumer isn't getting the best service, they're not getting the best product at the best price. So having competition in the market, friendly competition, and then keeping the guys on their toes in whichever manufacturer or importer, I think that's brilliant for the South African consumer. And of course, you know, if Torch SA brings in a flashlight, that is going to be quality. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is definitely going to stay in my EDC. Yeah, I absolutely love this little flashlight. So I might just rotate something else in to test it, but this is always going to come back to this flashlight. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my reviews. If there's something that you want me to change, please comment down in the comment section. If you like this flashlight and you want to buy it, please consider supporting this channel. I've got an affiliate link with Torch SA, that's going to be in the description. And have an awesome day and have an awesome week. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.